Unexpected alliance. Introduction. In a world where intergalactic relations were as delicate as they were crucial, alliances were often forged through strategic marriages. For Lyra Flynn, a skilled human diplomat, and Kalen Vex, a mysterious alien from the planet Zeridia, their family's proposal was both unexpected and daunting. Their union was meant to symbolize a new era of peace between humans and Zeridians, but neither Lyra nor Kalen was prepared for the journey ahead. The proposal. Lyra stood in the grand ballroom of the Galactic Embassy, surrounded by dignitaries from various planets. Her father, Ambassador Flynn, was deep in conversation with a group of Zeridian nobles, their intricate, iridescent attire catching the light. Lyra's thoughts drifted to her latest diplomatic mission when a soft voice interrupted her reverie. "Lyra Flynn, it's been too long," Kalen said, his voice low and smooth, with a hint of an alien accent. His piercing blue eyes seemed to see right through her, a trait that both intrigued and unnerved Lyra. "Kalen Vex," Lyra replied, her voice steady despite the flutter in her chest. "I didn't expect to see you here." Kalen smiled, his lips curling slightly. "I wouldn't miss the chance to see Earth's most promising diplomat. Besides, our families have been discussing something significant." Lyra's curiosity was piqued. "Oh? And what might that be?" Before Kalen could respond, Ambassador Flynn approached them, a serious expression on his face. "Lyra, Kalen, I believe it's time we discussed the future. Our families have been considering an alliance, one that would strengthen relations between humans and Zeridians." Lyra's heart skipped a beat. "An alliance," she repeated, her mind racing. "Yes," her father continued. "A union between you and Kalen would be a powerful symbol of our commitment to peace." Lyra felt like she was drowning in the sudden silence that followed. She glanced at Kalen, who seemed just as surprised, yet there was a glimmer of interest in his eyes. I need time to think," Lyra managed to say, trying to process the enormity of the proposal. Kalen nodded graciously. "Of course, Lyra. We should discuss this further, perhaps in a more private setting." As they parted ways, Lyra couldn't shake off the feeling that her life was about to change in ways she couldn't yet imagine. The first meeting. Days passed, and Lyra found herself agreeing to meet Kalen in the embassy gardens, a place she had always found peaceful. The evening air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, both terrestrial and alien, creating a unique fragrance that seemed to match the mix of emotions inside her. Kalen was already there, standing by a fountain, his back to her. As she approached, he turned, and their eyes met in a moment of mutual understanding. "Lyra," he said softly, "I know this is sudden, but I believe our families see something in us that could be beneficial for both our peoples." Lyra took a deep breath. "I've always been focused on my career. Marriage wasn't something I considered, especially not to someone I barely know." Kalen stepped closer, his movements fluid. "Perhaps we can get to know each other better. I'm not just a face in a diplomatic crowd, Lyra. And I sense there's more to you than your diplomatic prowess." Their conversation flowed easily, touching on everything from intergalactic politics to personal dreams. For the first time, Lyra saw Kalen not just as a potential husband but as a person with his own passions and fears. As the night wore on, a commotion from the embassy interrupted them. Security personnel rushed past, their communicators buzzing with urgency. "What's happening?" Lyra asked, her instincts on high alert. Kalen's expression turned serious. "It seems we have a security breach. I should go." Lyra nodded, but before Kalen could leave, she reached out and touched his arm. "Be careful." Their eyes locked for a moment, and Lyra felt a spark of connection she couldn't ignore. The Shadow Conspiracy. Introduction. Lyra and Kalen's unexpected alliance had just begun to take shape when they stumbled upon a shadowy conspiracy threatening to undermine their efforts. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they found themselves navigating the treacherous underworld of New Atlantis, a city hidden beneath the waves of Earth's oceans. The discovery. Lyra and Kalen were enjoying a rare moment of peace in the embassy gardens when a hooded figure appeared, their presence almost ethereal. The figure handed Lyra a small, encrypted device before disappearing into the shadows. "What is this?" Lyra asked, turning to Kalen. Kalen's eyes narrowed. "It looks like a secure comms device. Let's see what's on it." As they accessed the device, a holographic message flickered to life. The image was distorted, but the voice was clear. "Lyra Flynn and Kalen Vex, your family's alliance is not what it seems. There are those who seek to exploit this union for their own gain. Meet me at the old clock tower in New Atlantis if you want to uncover the truth." The message ended abruptly, leaving Lyra and Kalen with more questions than answers. The journey to New Atlantis. New Atlantis was a city shrouded in mystery, hidden beneath the ocean's surface. Lyra and Kalen made their way there, using a secure submersible provided by the embassy. As they descended into the depths, the city's lights flickered like stars in the darkness. They arrived at the old clock tower, a structure that seemed out of place among the modern architecture. Inside, they found Zara Nexus, a rogue agent known for her skills in uncovering hidden truths. Her eyes sparkled with intrigue as she greeted them. "Welcome, Lyra and Kalen. I see you're curious about the message. Let me show you what I've found." Zara led them to a hidden room filled with holographic displays and data terminals. The information she presented was shocking. A group of powerful individuals, known only as the Syndicate, was secretly manipulating the Alliance for their own interests. "These people will stop at nothing to control the flow of resources and power in the galaxy," Zara explained. "Your Alliance is just a pawn in their game. The conspiracy unfolds." Lyra and Kalen listened intently as Zara detailed the extent of the Syndicate's influence. They had infiltrated every level of society, from government to commerce, using their wealth and power to shape events to their advantage. "We need to gather evidence," Lyra said, determination in her voice. "Something concrete to take to the authorities." Kalen nodded. "And we need to do it quickly. The longer we wait, the more danger we're in." Zara smiled, a hint of mischief in her eyes. "I have a plan. We can infiltrate one of their high-stakes meetings. It's risky, but it's our best chance to expose them." Lyra and Kalen exchanged a look. They knew the risks, but they also knew they couldn't back down now. The infiltration. The night of the meeting, Lyra, Kalen, and Zara prepared for their mission. They donned disguises and made their way to the location, a luxurious skyscraper in the heart of New Atlantis. As they entered the meeting room, Lyra felt a surge of adrenaline. The room was filled with influential figures, all gathered around a large table. Zara had provided them with fake identities, but Lyra knew one misstep could be disastrous. The meeting began, and Lyra listened intently, her ears tuned to every detail. Kalen stood by her side, his Zeridian senses alert for any signs of danger. As the discussion turned to their alliance, Lyra's heart sank. The Syndicate's plans were more sinister than she had imagined. They intended to use the Alliance to gain control over key resources, manipulating both humans and Zeridians to further their own interests. "We need to get out of here," Lyra whispered to Kalen. "We have enough evidence." But as they turned to leave, they were confronted by one of the Syndicate's enforcers. "I think you'll find that leaving isn't an option," he sneered. The escape. Lyra, Kalen, and Zara found themselves in a desperate fight for escape. The enforcer was well trained, but Lyra and Kalen had each other, and their skills complemented each other perfectly. Zara took care of the security systems, disabling cameras and alarms as they made their way out. Lyra and Kalen handled the physical threats, their movements fluid and coordinated. Once they reached the submersible, they didn't stop until they were safely back in the embassy, the evidence they had gathered secure. Conclusion. Lyra and Kalen had uncovered a conspiracy that threatened not just their alliance but the stability of the galaxy. With Zara's help, they had taken the first steps toward exposing the syndicate. But they knew this was only the beginning. The road ahead would be fraught with danger, but together, they were ready to face whatever challenges came their way. Beyond Borders. Introduction. Lyra and Kalen's journey to expose the syndicate had just begun, but they knew they needed more allies. Their mission took them to the space station Aurora, a hub of intergalactic commerce and diplomacy. Here, they hoped to forge alliances with other alien races and gather support for their cause. The space station Aurora. As they docked at Aurora, Lyra marveled at the station's sheer scale. It was a marvel of engineering, with modules from various planets and factions connected in a vast network. Their first meeting was with Captain Orion Blackwood, a seasoned space explorer who had connections with several alien races. Orion was charismatic, with a quick wit and a deep understanding of the galaxy's politics. "Captain Blackwood, thank you for agreeing to meet us," Lyra said, extending her hand. Orion smiled warmly. "The pleasure is mine, Lyra. Kalen, it's been too long. I hear you're involved in something big." Kalen nodded. "We're trying to expose the syndicate. They're manipulating events across the galaxy for their own gain." Orion's expression turned serious. "I've heard rumors. If true, this could destabilize entire systems. Count me in. What do you need?" "The Alliance." Over the next few days, Lyra, Kalen, and Orion worked tirelessly to build alliances. They met with representatives from the Zorvathians, known for their advanced technology, and the Luminari, a peaceful race with deep spiritual connections to the cosmos. Each meeting presented its challenges. The Zorvathians were cautious, fearing the syndicate's retaliation, while the Luminari were more open, seeing the alliance as a way to promote peace. As they navigated these complex negotiations, Lyra and Kalen found themselves growing closer, their trust in each other deepening. They were no longer just potential spouses, they were partners in a mission that could change the galaxy. The unexpected challenge. Just as progress seemed within reach, an unexpected challenge arose. A rogue faction within the Zorvathian delegation, secretly aligned with the syndicate, attempted to sabotage the alliance. Lyra and Kalen were caught off guard, but they reacted quickly. With Orion's help, they uncovered the traitors and prevented a disaster that could have shattered their fragile alliances. The incident served as a stark reminder of the dangers they faced. The syndicate would stop at nothing to maintain their power. The turning point. Despite the setbacks, Lyra and Kalen's efforts began to bear fruit. The Zorvathians and Luminari agreed to support their cause, providing crucial resources and manpower. As they prepared to leave Aurora, Lyra felt a sense of hope she hadn't felt in weeks. They were building something bigger than themselves, something that could bring peace to the galaxy. But their journey was far from over. The syndicate would not give up easily, and Lyra and Kalen knew they had to be ready for whatever lay ahead. Conclusion. Lyra and Kalen had taken a significant step forward, forging alliances that could change the course of their mission. But they were aware that the road ahead would be fraught with danger. The syndicate would not be easily defeated, and Lyra and Kalen would have to face their greatest challenges yet. Heart of the Galaxy. Introduction. Lyra and Kalen's quest to expose the syndicate had taken them across the galaxy, forging alliances and gathering evidence. Their next destination was the mystical planet of Etheria, a place where ancient wisdom and powerful artifacts could aid their cause. Here, they hoped to find the key to strengthening their alliance and bringing peace to the galaxy. The journey to Etheria. As they approached Etheria, Lyra felt a sense of awe. The planet was shrouded in a perpetual mist, its landscapes shifting like dreams. Their ship landed in a valley surrounded by towering crystal spires, each emitting a soft, ethereal glow. Their guide was Lysander Starweaver, a mystic from Etheria known for his deep understanding of the cosmos. Lysander's eyes sparkled with an otherworldly wisdom as he greeted them. "Welcome, Lyra and Kalen. I sense you are not just seeking artifacts but a deeper connection to the heart of the galaxy. The ancient wisdom." Lysander led them through the misty landscapes, pointing out ancient symbols etched into the crystals. These symbols held the secrets of Etheria's ancient civilization, a people who had mastered the balance between technology and nature. As they walked, Lyra and Kalen learned about the planet's unique energy, which could enhance their abilities and strengthen their bond. Lysander explained that this energy was tied to the planet's artifacts, powerful relics that could amplify their intentions. The Artifact of Unity. Their quest was to find the Artifact of Unity, a relic rumored to enhance alliances and foster peace. The artifact was hidden in a temple deep within Etheria's heart, guarded by ancient traps and puzzles. With Lysander's guidance, they navigated the temple, solving riddles that tested their trust and understanding of each other. Each challenge brought them closer, their bond growing stronger as they relied on each other's strengths. The final trial. The final trial was the most daunting. They stood before a mirror-like portal, which reflected not their physical forms but their inner selves. The portal demanded honesty and vulnerability, requiring them to confront their deepest fears and desires. Lyra and Kalen hesitated, but they knew they had to face this together. As they stepped through the portal, they found themselves in a realm where their thoughts and emotions were manifest. Here, they confronted the doubts and uncertainties that had plagued them since their alliance began. But instead of letting these fears consume them, they chose to support each other, their bond becoming unbreakable. The artifact revealed. On the other side of the portal, they found the Artifact of Unity. It glowed with a soft, pulsing light, radiating an energy that seemed to resonate with their hearts. Lysander appeared beside them, a smile on his face. "You have passed the trials. The artifact will amplify your intentions, strengthening your alliance and spreading peace throughout the galaxy." Conclusion. Lyra and Kalen had found more than just an artifact, they had discovered a deeper connection to each other and to the heart of the galaxy. With the Artifact of Unity in hand, they were ready to face their greatest challenge yet, presenting their alliance to the Galactic Senate and fighting for approval. Unity and Destiny. Introduction. Lyra and Kalen's journey had reached its climax as they prepared to present their alliance to the Galactic Senate. With the Artifact of Unity in hand, they were determined to unite the diverse alien races against the Syndicate's manipulation. But they knew that gaining approval from the Senate would be their greatest challenge yet. The Galactic Senate. The Galactic Senate on Mars was a grand structure, symbolizing the unity of the galaxy's diverse civilizations. Lyra and Kalen stood before the assembly, flanked by their allies from Aurora and Etheria. Senator Nev O'Connor, a respected figure in intergalactic politics, greeted them warmly. "Lyra Flynn and Kalen Vex, your proposal is unprecedented. We must consider the implications carefully." Lyra stepped forward, her voice confident. "Honorable members of the Senate, our alliance is not just a union between humans and Zeridians. It represents a chance for all of us to stand together against those who seek to exploit and divide us." Kalen added, "The Syndicate's influence reaches far and wide, but with the Artifact of Unity, we can strengthen our bonds and create a united front against their manipulation." The debate. The Senate chamber erupted into a heated debate. Some senators supported Lyra and Kalen, seeing the potential for peace and unity. Others were skeptical, fearing that such an alliance could lead to instability or favor one race over others. Lyra and Kalen addressed each concern, presenting evidence of the Syndicate's wrongdoing and the benefits of their alliance. They spoke of the diverse alliances they had forged, from the Zorvathians to the Luminari, and how these alliances could bring prosperity and security to all. The turning point. Just as it seemed the debate was at a stalemate, Zara Nexus appeared, her presence unexpected. She revealed shocking evidence of the syndicate's infiltration within the Senate itself, exposing corrupt senators who had been secretly working against Lyra and Kalen's efforts. The revelation stunned the assembly, and the mood shifted dramatically. The Senate realized that they had been manipulated, and their unity was crucial to combating this threat. The vote. With the truth laid bare, the Senate voted on Lyra and Kalen's proposal. The outcome was decisive. The majority supported their alliance, recognizing it as a beacon of hope against the syndicate's darkness. As the news spread throughout the galaxy, Lyra and Kalen felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had faced countless challenges, but their bond and determination had prevailed. The aftermath. The days that followed were filled with activity. Lyra and Kalen worked tirelessly to implement their alliance, using the artifact of unity to strengthen their bonds with other alien races. The syndicate, realizing their power was waning, launched desperate attacks, but Lyra and Kalen's allies stood firm. As the galaxy began to heal, Lyra and Kalen's relationship blossomed. They realized that their alliance was not just a political arrangement but a true partnership, one that had brought them closer together than they ever thought possible. Conclusion. Lyra and Kalen's journey had changed the course of history. Their alliance had united the galaxy against a common enemy, bringing peace and prosperity to countless worlds. As they looked out into the stars, they knew that their bond would endure, a symbol of hope in a galaxy where unity and love could conquer even the darkest of challenges. End.